Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Risk of Rain 2 reaction. Today we have another song from Chris because I've been listening to a lot of Stavros' music, but Exotic wanted me to get back to more of Chris. So here we are. This is the raindrop that fell to the sky, and I am kind of nostalgic for Chris's music at this point. Like, I want to hear it again. So here we are with an 11-minute long song. So this is going to be a long video. I don't know how much I'm going to yap after it, but I'm going to be doing the reaction. So without further ado, let's go! This one is starting kind of subtle. I mean, Chris loves to do the, like, slow start sort of atmospheric vibe going in. But it's probably going to be an even longer burn given the length of the song. It sounds like somebody hitting a handpan, which is like on like the non-tonal part of it. Just percussive. There's tone in there. Either that or it's a very small handpan. There it is. Ooh, that's crunchy. Kind of like slaps you in the face when that sample comes in. Very heavy on this ear too. The left side is very... I mean, it's there on the right, but whew, that is mixed heavy in the left. I wonder if it's like side chained to the rest, because it's like, it feels like it cuts through so much it might be dipping the rest of the samples. It's almost like it's peaking, which wouldn't really be a good thing if that's the case, but I gotta imagine Chris is better than that. It just sounds so abrasive. See, with the ride cymbal being more like in this part of the ear, like the front right, it's like mixed right here. He really plays the drums very well in this one. I'm also getting like an 80s cop show kind of vibe out of this. A little like borderline Miami synthwave in some ways. Okay. Damn. A little bit of a gallop on the hi-hat. And a stack. I heard that in there, but there were so many other cymbals. love the variety in the drum kit for this one too. A lot of fill work, a lot of cymbals, even a lot of toms. He's just kind of having fun with it. Like, what did he do? Actually hire a fusion jazz drummer? Like, maybe. Got Christodoulou before GTA 6. Realize most of you might not know Cassiopeia, but now you do. Go look them up, they are phenomenal. I figured some of you might not get the joke if I didn't explain it. I'm kind of getting that vibe out of this one. I know he's gonna jump back into adding all that energy again. The song's too long not to. But now I'm like waiting with bated breath. Oh! And so the teasing begins. Ooh, moving the cymbal. Keeping things alive, even between sections, keeping that atmosphere present. Oh wait, it's not the cymbal, it's that like hand pan hit again. That's a cymbal. Maybe that hand pan kind of sound I was hearing might have just been a cymbal. Some might sound like that, but it just feels so hand pan to me. What a way to bring that back in. I also haven't heard that like heavy whip cracky sample. Not again, at least. Might be in there. It is, it's just really far out there. Here we go again. The drummer's back. feel like we're in outro territory now. I love the envelope on that synth too. Kind of ends a little bit more dirty. Oh, image change. Okay. I think we're kind of back to the beginning picture now. So, must have been right about the outro. I'm just vibing now. And keeping up with this like syncopation all the way to the end too. That was part of the identity of the song that never really went away. It started there and it ended there. You know, nothing really surprises me coming from Chris at this point. But I can safely say I did not anticipate there to be some sort of a fusion jazz element to this one, purely because I don't think I've heard him quite go that far into it before. Like I said, the drums and everything, brilliant, but also it's just so deep in there. I think that was the most like, I would say creatively fun one in the jazz part that he's ever touched. So I'm not going to get into the theory on this one purely because it's so long, and really what it's doing is a simple progression, so I don't think that there's too much to really talk about. The rest of it is basically just solos and syncopated rhythms going on, so that's just kind of Chris's thing to do anyway, and I don't think there's much to add about that as far as that goes, because it's at its core, when you look at the music theory side of that, syncopation doesn't really have much more to it than, hey, make sure you end on the same count, but just do it in different subdivided ways. It doesn't matter how you play it or to what rhythm you choose to play it, as long as you all end on one and start on one. And again, another characteristic of Chris's work in general has always been the sound design stuff, which he always does great. I love whatever that one, like I'm pretty sure it was like a handpan, just kind of like a tap on a handpan, no real intent to get a tone out of it, but it's just there for texture. I think that sounded so fucking cool. And when it started to move around the ears too, that was so neat. I love it when people do that, because it's like I said during the reaction that there's like this journey going around. It's continuing to keep things moving without letting things get too stagnant. You could just let it sit there in the same place, but keeping the listener aware and having that constant brain movement, you know, just like even subtly, if you're playing a game and this is playing in the background while you're playing the game, you're going to have that going on, and that is going to activate many things in the brain because it's not something that you're expecting to hear. Movement between the ears is extremely important for keeping that engaging sort of approach to music, especially in video games. Albeit it's usually used for moments where things are really not going too fast or anything. It's something to keep the brain active while there's like a slow point in the title. So I'm assuming that's got to be what's happening here. The vibe of the song as well wasn't really like high energy or anything. I don't think it's a boss song or anything like that. So it's probably just a general like overworld sort of exploration song is what it feels like. And I love again with the movement and how much like percussion there was in here, especially. He must have either hired like a professional fusion drummer or he just had a lot of fun doing it himself, like coding it or something, because there is so much in here that was like hyper specific to the genre that I feel like somebody who doesn't play it wouldn't really get, but somebody who respects the genre enough would be able to replicate. So a lot of the fills and stuff here, a lot of the weird juxtapositions against other rhythms, again, syncopation going on there, just moving around constantly and hitting certain things on the drum in certain linear ways is a very fusion thing to do. So I'm sitting here like, okay, he's got to have either hired somebody or gotten a lot of inspiration from groups like Cassiopeia. So it's like, you know, hell yeah, I love that. I love them. I love that he kind of went there with this one, and not just for the drums, but especially the keyboard as well. Like the general backing rhythm section of the song was very fusion jazz. And then of course you always have his signature synths just kind of doing their thing on top, which definitely was not in short supply this time around either. So it's just Chris doing the best of Chris. It's always going to happen. Chris always does this. He's phenomenal. He always manages to do the best, most interesting creative stuff. And like I said kind of at the end there, it's like this is the usual Chris sort of skill level, but I think this is the most creative fun I've heard him have within that jazz space. There are definitely songs he's done where I would argue is a little bit more creative in other ways, but when it comes to just utilizing jazz in general and having that fusion be a part of it, I think this is definitely his most like flexible work, something he really wanted to pour everything into and just kind of try different new things with. At least from what I've heard of his, this is a very new sound, and going into it this far is very new to me from him. But I'll end my yapping there, because if I don't, this video will be 25 to 30 minutes long, and I really don't want to edit all that down. So thank you all so very much for watching, and thank you Exotic for putting this into the queue. If you have another song from Risk of Rain you want me to get to, by all means drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you want to guarantee something just like Exotic did for this one, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships, or you can force me to listen to something. It doesn't matter what it's from, who it's by, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!